at a bar.
Yeah.
And enjoy it, you know.
It's taken time. It's taken time to get there. All right, so you grabbed a variety of beers out of our out of the beer fridge. So what do we got here? We got Kiley Peninsula. We got
I got that for
Hello
tits, you
Blonde.
know what I mean? You can't really see them, but you know they're big.
Yeah.
You know they're big, but you can't really see them, you know.
What the hell? One well.
I thought it said Xanax when I first seen
That
it.
might be like some sort of IPA that I don't touch, but Horny Monk, a very good one.
Classic.
This is fucking a high gravity Kentucky bourbon ale. That's
Whoa,
vanilla.
high gravity, what, 9% or something?
Yeah, that's some good shit.
What is it?
Horny Monk.
Oh, it's 5.5.
Is it?
I mean, that's still high.
That's kind of low. That's kind of low.
You think? Yeah.
Like
I thought
8
most
to 9%,
beers were like 4.5
high gravity.
4.8 or something.
And I think like everything above 8% is like high gravity.
Okay.
So, welcome to Pub Wisdom. We are.
Whoa, we're already recording.
Yeah, we're going.
Oh, I didn't know you started already. I thought we were setting things up.
No, but we'll just roll in. We'll roll in, and where we at? And, Johnny, Pat, and I. It's been a while, and honestly, it's like my goal was to get to 21 podcasts, and that was from. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh! I didn't know we were doing it together.
Yeah. Hey.
Well, cheers.
So,
salute to all you at home as well.
Sláinte. We've crossed. We've passed St. Patty's Day. I'll have to post the pictures of my daughters, and I need to tell you the story, and I think this will be a good one to tell you. So, we passed 21 podcasts, and that was the
daughters
goal.
are amazing.
They are amazing. So let me back this up for anyone listening. So the one of the early interactions with my 8-year-old daughter and yourself was we got some pizza. Got some pizza. It was.
Yes, I knew you was bringing this one up. I knew you were.
So it was a typical night. It was just like, okay, we got pizza. Just come on over, man. Have some pizza.
Fucking classic.
My 8-year-old, she grabs the sauce. It's her sauce. You know, my
marinara sauce, by the way.
Yeah, marinara sauce from Little Caesars, right? So she just she hoards that to herself. I don't need it. I don't care. But you're there, and you're like, hey, can I partake in your sauce?
I dip my breadstick in marinara sauce or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
And she grabs that sauce, and she looks at you dead in the eye. And this is the blood of my enemies.
This is the blood of my enemies, she says. I was so proud, I don't even know why. I was so happy that fucking happened.
Like, out of all people,
it's kind of violent, I mean, or whatever.
Well, it is, but out of all people, and it's like you and I, we've connected through like Old Norse mythology and stuff like that.
Yes.
And I haven't really taught her that much. However, some of the bedtime stories have come from Old Norse mythology. She picked up quick. And that girl has got something dark within her. But it's awesome. So we just crossed St. Patty's Day, and I had my girls here, and I said, let's do a picture, and I'll post a picture. And I pour them a root beer and a cream soda. So my oldest sits down, she grabs a cream soda, and it's got some clarity to it, but it's pretty dark. They both look like beers, and that's kind of what I was going for the photo, right? Yeah. I'm giving my daughters beers. No, it's root beer and cream soda. So my little one sits down and grabs the root beer, which is dark.
I actually called slack on that because I was showing that to my mom, and she was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "No, are you serious? This guy is a fucking amazing guy. He would never give his daughters beers, you know." I was like,
Good.
It's root beer.
Good. So.
You know?
So to clarify, right? So cream soda and root beer. So my oldest takes the cream soda, and my little one comes around on the side of me. She grabs the root beer, and as soon as she grabs the root beer, my oldest says, "Why is that one so dark?" My little one grabs it, and she says,
"A little racist right there."
No. Listen. You're gonna love this. She grabs the dark root beer because it's like a Guinness. It's so dark. She goes, "This is as dark as my soul."
Ava?
Lorelai, the little one.
Oh my gosh.
We're both like,
yep. She got yeah.
So, I warn the world constantly. I'm doing my best with these girls. I really am.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are going to tear up some men. And my oldest,
I was just gonna say that.
she's strong, right? She's physically
Well,
strong.
better
She's
watch
physically
out.
capable. She can pal around with the boys, right? And she's like one of those girls that can
But
do
she
that.
plays softball and everything, right?
Yeah. She's a badass too.
Oh, yeah.
So I have no problem with her. I think she can handle herself with the boys. The little one, I think what she's gonna do, she's gonna go up to the boys like,
cut motherfuckers' heads off.
no. She's gonna go, hi, is that your heart?
I need it. Give it to me.
She's gonna take one bite. Meh. And
I don't even like it. Put it back. Damaged.
go for the next one.
Rob.
So I apologize in advance, world. I'm doing my best with my daughters. They are sweet girls and they have amazing sense of humor. But boys, you better be toughened up because these girls are not soft. That's all I'm gonna say. So salute.
Salud. Salud.
I think part of pub wisdom is a big part of it is me transferring some of my knowledge out to the world, solidifying that digitally, right? So the digital world can see what I'm saying, what I'm doing, and what I want is that to transfer out to the rest of the world. My daughters, say I die tomorrow, it is what it is, but
God forbid.
But the information I transfer with this may click with them later. It may not now, but it may click with them later. And maybe even not them.
That's a funny aspect of life.
Right, but even like generations in the future, digital will preserve it indefinitely, right? So as long as we maintain that, and that's what I'm trying to do is get that wisdom out there to future generations. So
we're here for you, not for us.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, wisdom is
But
to transfer to younger generations,
yes,
right?
But it is.
And you and I we represent slightly different generations, right? So I gotta admit, you and I connected pretty quickly. I think it was actually this tattoo right here, right? So I saw it and go, that's a Celtic knot, right? And I go, both Norse and Celtic mythologies have something to do with those knots, and they mean something. And then we just started talking about mythologies, and we did an earlier podcast about
shared some beers and connected from there.
Yeah, and we kind of hit it off like pretty cool dude.
I know.
It's like I'm German and Irish, and you're
Are you my best friend?
Yeah.
Do we just become best friends?
And we were kicking watermelons.
That's really how it happened. Now it was like, wait a minute, you know about this shit? Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of people don't. And there is an aspect of that because it's quite strange to me, man, with all the people in the world today. It's like, what happened to formality? What happened to strength and forgiveness and love and fucking holding on to what's true, man? It's fucking almost non-existent. Everybody in the world today is like, fuck you, I want mine. Me.
Right.
I don't even know I'm getting...
I would go to say that is ingrained in every culture throughout the globe.
What?
Right?
Yeah.
To our flat earthers out there. Right? Throughout the globe, or all around the world, however we want to look at it. But
throughout a globe that's a plane.
Throughout
that
history.
throws a circle in the sky.
Every culture has had some sort of initiation into manhood, right? And even the feminists has around things.
I love this when we talk about this one.
Yeah.
The initiation in manhood. I don't know why they don't exist no more. That's quite strange.
Yeah, it
because
is.
it should. Because one, it's a cool celebration, and even in Hispanic culture, there's a quinceañera, which is a woman growing into womanhood, or to a sense or whatnot. I don't really know what it, the whole background of it, but I would assume it's something like that.
Explain to us, right?
Give us some feedback. But
we're open to constructive
criticism. But I know that the other cultures do have, there's some bit of, hey, you're transferring now into this, so you gotta know, you gotta have responsibility, you gotta take care of others, and you gotta, be there. So it's that's an amazing aspect of things.
Yeah, I mean, it's experiential learning for me, and men and women do have their roles. As much as modern society does not want to acknowledge that, we really do. And between a couple, it's like all you're really doing is you're saying, I'm strong at this, you're strong at that, and I'm weak at this and you're weak at that.
Oh, no, you know what
we're just covering for each other's weaknesses.
No, you know what I think it is? The thing that's going on today with what you're talking about is psychological warfare. Because men and women are equal. It just is different roles.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, men are like strong and we're hunters and we take care of each other. Women are the portal to life. Mm-hmm. They literally are the portal to life. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's and I think it's fucking, that makes it equal. Why do people think you gotta be as strong as a man to be equal, or you gotta do this to be equal to a woman? No, that don't make no goddamn sense to me.
They're different strengths.
Yeah, but the equality is still there. And society has tried to convince people that it's not.
Yeah, we're all the same.
You know, it's not good that you don't stay home and take care of the kids and clean the house and all the fucking work that is into that. You know, that's a lot of work that they do there.
I truly think that we need to celebrate each other's differences.
Yeah.
And I think that's just an awesome thing. I watch like Europeans, like, they will harass the shit out of each other.
That's your first problem. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Let me get to the story, right? So, the point of the story is they will harass the shit out of each other, but yet at the end of the day, they're like, hey, and they still drink and they still playing
you can still fucking have fun.
And they're having fun. But as an American, you look at it like, oh, that you can't say that. Yes, you can. Yeah. Loosen the fuck up. And if you're offended, that is truly upon yourself to work that shit out. And if you can't, you need to.
So it is a little bit farther from that, but I think it connects directly. But most of my really, really close friends, I developed off actually going to fight them or fighting them. And once we fought, once we threw hands, we respected each other, and we fucking became best friends through that. And I think, you know, everybody's so like, no violence, no this, no bullying, and I think that's actually wrong. Like that's what breeds good men.
Yeah.
That's what makes good connections, because once you show that you're formidable, they respect you, you respect them. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. You know, and a lot of my closest best friends have been founded off we were fighting each other. Mm-hmm. You know, and you know, I just think that's a beautiful thing.
That creates a mutual respect, right?
Yeah.
You know what depths. I've said this before, like even
fucking wild how that works. It's just wild, you know.
Relationships between men and women, or between between men, right? You don't know the depths of how low someone would go until you fight them.
Yeah.
You fight them, and then all of a sudden, okay, now I know how low you can go, right? But if you still remain at a respectful level, then this is an honorable person, right? And
well, I just
if your honor levels are similar,
I just think subconsciously you were willing to stand up to me, and I was willing to stand up to you, and after the end, whatever happens, it breeds friendship. It breeds camaraderie. You know.
And I don't mind if you think differently than me, but if you have some sort of
not that I'm promoting violence, I'm not doing that.
No, we're not doing that. We're getting to a point where like we work things out, right? So like if you and I think differently on a subject, it's like, but you have certain convictions behind certain aspects of what you're thinking about, and like, this is what I think about, and this is what I believe in, and like, okay, and then I oppose that differently, but we can respect each other because we can work that out.
But in today's society, and I actually kind of blame this on Hollywood and the film industry, because I never paid attention to this before, but lately I've just been watching movies, and everything is me. Mm-hmm. Everything, every freaking movie is me. My feelings, my thing, I'm hurt, this and that. What happened to being there for your neighbor? What happened to helping? You know, when I grew up, it was get your ass out there and build that fence. You know what I mean? There was no question there. And me and my cousins and my brother and everybody would go out there and just build the fence. We didn't get paid. We didn't ask for money. We didn't do nothing. You know? But we always helped each other.
It had to be done, right? I mean,
you know, not every time I ask somebody for help, it's like, well, are you paying me? If not, I'm not showing up. And it's like, I wouldn't ask nothing for free anyways. But just that simple aspect is, why wouldn't you help me anyways? I do have quite a few friends that don't think like that, but there is a lot of people that do. And it's quite strange to me because I just, you know, I don't think they grew up like that. I don't think their mothers fucking beat them and was like, get out there and help your uncle fucking dig these post holes.
That would be the nurture side of things, right?
You know?
There's the nature side of things, what I think is much deeper. It's the ingrained, it's the genetic level. My speech is slow because, hey, this is.
We haven't been drinking tonight. This is our first beers. I'm telling you.
3 a.m. We haven't had a single drink.
It's 3 a.m.
This will be an interesting podcast because this is our pure,
surprise podcast.
Pure unbridled thoughts. This is we just decided, hey, let's do this, you know. But yeah, it's after the bar. We've had a few drinks and this is what we think. But I really think that certain.
It'll be like
where was it going?
Too much information.
This is my problem.
We didn't drive drunk. We didn't go from the bar. We didn't go out of that.
All thing legal in this.
Yes,
no problem.
everything.
The beer fridge. Yeah, this is what we're drinking. Anyway. No. Nature versus nurture, right? So nature is how you're brought up. I'm sorry. Nurture is how you're brought up. Nature is your DNA. And I really think there's something in your DNA. I think human beings are very much like, if you think about dogs, right? Dogs are bred for a certain purpose.
Red Rocket. Just kidding, guys. Chill out.
Good Sammy Hagar beer. What do you think of that, by the way?
Oh, it's actually fucking quite delicious.
Isn't it? Yeah. But I really think that human beings, we're not as diverse as dogs. However, there are differences, and you can look at races as there's differences. But going back to what I was saying earlier, we should celebrate these differences, not use them against each other.
Well, yeah, and that's what the government wants. If you see anywhere, they try to fucking pin everybody against each other.
That goes to the
I don't see no color. You know what I mean? This whole liberal aspect of everything. It's like, why not? Why not? Can't we just embrace each other's differences?
Yeah.
Can't we accept them and love them? Can't we just love everything?
You know what though?
I don't fucking get it. We used to be able to make jokes. You know, when I was growing up as a kid, you could make any joke you want, and they would just make jokes back, and we would laugh or we would fight. Either way, at the end, we were still fucking friends.
That was the original basis of liberalism. You could actually do that. Open dialogue, joking, whatever.
Yeah.
Conservatism wouldn't allow that. But things have shifted the wrong way. Things have shifted.
It's like backwards now, right?
Right, yeah, it is.
Kind of a little bit.
Now conservatives are like, yeah, we can do that. But it's a sign of the times, but whatever. So I really think that there's certain things that we can pull from our DNA, that our past history, and the things that we are from. That still says a lot to who we are today.
So real quick, I just want to ask you a question though, because when you were talking about nature versus nurture, I wanted to ask you, is nature really, well, let me start off with this. Is nurture a mother's aspect, right? Because you nurture your baby, you feed them, you breastfeed, you do all these things as motherhood. But nature seems more like man's role, you know, instead of, what did you say before, right?
Nature is the environment that you grew up in, right?
You said nature was more DNA.
Yes.
But I think, you know, I just want to comment on that a little bit, and you know, we can forget it or whatever, but I think nature is more of man's role, right? Like, I'm teaching you. I'm the one who needs to teach you how to do these things. I'm the one who needs to teach you how to fix your car, or create a fire, or go camping, set up your tent and do things. And I feel like that's more nature, to protect, to provide, and do that. And nurture is to, I don't know how else to say it, nurture, you know, because I'm definitely not drunk right now.
So, no.
Yeah. But, you know, nurture, I don't know what its aspect, because
apologies to all who watch, but this is
so I don't know that.
We're a few beers into this, so, but this is actually a really good way to kind of kick off our next level of podcast. However,
but I do want to ask you that.
How do you feel about that? So, I would say what you're referring to is semantics, right? So it's the words that we're talking about. So we're defining it differently. Okay. And that's where a lot of conversations go awry.
Yeah.
So I would define
starts.
Yes.
This is what I mean.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, this is what I mean.
And then I say it a different way, and you say, no, that's not it. And but then it falls apart from there. However,
at the end of the day, it's all the same shit. It don't matter.
So I define it differently. So what you were saying was, and this is how I got to steel man your argument, right? So I need to repeat back to you what I heard from you. So
probably twice. You might have to repeat it twice.
For everybody's sake, right? No, so what you're saying is, I hope I get this right.
I can already tell
how you're raised and what things you're doing. You're saying that's nature, right?
No, I'm saying the man. That issue, the man, because when you look at households that grew up without men, like myself, I grew up without a father, and I had to learn to be a man by myself. Now, thankfully, my mom was such an amazing damn woman that she kind of pushed that. She played the role of man and woman, but she was at least smart enough to fucking kick my ass, and kind of push me in that direction. But I think that's really, nature, when I skinned my elbow, when I first learned how to ride a bike and I skinned my elbow, my mom didn't fucking baby me. And I mean, this is false for sure, but when I skinned it, I felt like it was down to the bone. I was maybe 7 years old or 6 years old or something, you know what I mean? But I'll still never forget
falling. A little bit of blood.
And fucking ripping my whole elbow open. And my mom just came in, put some hydrogen peroxide, and dusted and dust off and said, get out there and get riding again. You need to learn how to ride a bike. And I was like, ugh.
That's right.
I was like, okay, Mom. You know what I mean? So she was really cool about that, to kick my ass and be that nature. And I feel like that's really the man's part. I feel like that's a nature part. Not to keep going on and on, but you know what I mean, make it, you know what I mean. But is that?
I think what I'm trying to get at, it's still nurture if your parents are coercing you to a certain way. What I'm trying to get at, nature is your pure genetics, your DNA, something that you cannot change, your parents cannot change. Yeah. So it's as similar as a genetic trait. So what I see with my daughters, I see this, I witness this. It's like there is things I am not teaching them, but they are doing that's exactly like how I do them. Yeah. There's things I can't identify, but it probably comes from their mother's side. So
I fucking love it, dude. They call me pumpkin face all the time, dude. They fucking love it. But I'm wearing that pumpkin mask. I fucking love that. They love that little
shit. My daughters call him Pumpkin Man because, the first Halloween, you wear a pumpkin mask. So, but that sticks with them. However, so there's been times when just artists, right? Like my daughter's drawing, and she was really into dragons and dinosaurs and all kinds of stuff.
Lorelai, right?
Ava, my oldest. Right, so she's drawing dragons, and I swear she showed me a picture that she drew, hand drew, pencil and paper, right? I'm looking at this like, where did you get this?
You buy this somewhere? Did you pick this up from a store?
No, I thought she actually went through some of my old stuff and pulled it out.
Oh yeah?
I thought it was mine. I go, where did you get this?
Oh shit.
Did you go through some of my stuff and pull this out? She's like, no, I drew this.
I always knew you were creative and stuff.
And then I looked at it again, I'm like, wait a minute. Part of it, like the jawline and stuff like that she drew with the dragon's face, and I'm like, that looks exactly like how I drew it, but then some of the other stuff looks a little different. I'm like, no shit. So I started to realize very quickly, some of the stuff in her artwork is exactly how I drew it. And I can go through it, I can find some
genetics?
I don't. That must be
nature.
It must be because I did not teach her how to draw like that.
So that's always a conflict in my mind, because how do the ants know how to make the fucking anthill? How do they know how to do that thing?
That must be genetically ingrained, right?
And that goes for. I started off with insects, but if you go through it, it's all of it. Evolution. It goes through all races. You know. Now humans are much different because we get to baby them. We get to have diapers and shit. But a lot of other animals, every other animal, don't have diapers.
Right.
Yet they learn how to do that. They learn.
There's a lot more nurturing that we do, but there's still stuff that's just ingrained.
Yeah, it's just there.
Like I said, I did not teach her how to draw like that, but she drew exactly how I draw. I could take pictures of like when I was a similar age.
No, I believe it.
And put it side by side to her, what she drew, and I'm like, who did it better?
Yeah.
And who's the artist?
I believe memory passes on through,
through
your body, through your memory.
I've got living
muscle
proof
memory,
of that,
everything.
Right? I've got living proof that that's how it works. And I'm blown away by it.
One of my mom's favorite stories to tell about my dad was how they was in a bar one time, and there was all these. Now I loved our military and I love our Marines and everything, and you know, this kind of goes against that a little bit, and I don't mean that, but I do. I love our Marines very much. But my dad was in a bar one time, and there was some, I guess the story goes that they was Navy SEALs, and they was playing pool, and everybody was drunk, you know, however it went, I don't know, but he ended up getting a fight, and he ended up beating the shit out of all these Navy SEALs or Marines and whatnot, you know. And I actually admire that story because I've done very similar things, you know, and not to the military, of course, you gotta respect them all, but being in those situations, it's like, what if that memory was passed on to me, you know, or that attitude or that aspect. And everybody says you act just like your parents or something, you know. So
I really think that
you might edit that part out. We might just edit that part out. I don't know.
Actually, it's actually a really good point because I think that things you live through will imprint in your DNA and will transfer into the next generation when you reproduce after the fact. So if you reproduce a child and then you go through experience, that won't transfer, right? Because you went through it after that child was reproduced.
Right.
So I really think there's something to that.
I do, and I love that fucking story
because I've also learned through.
It was courage to stand up for your woman. It was courage to stand up. It was obviously a lot of fear. You're going against your things, but you still fucking went in, and I think that's formidable, no matter the story.
Yeah.
You know, and to do that, and I think you know. Anyway, cheers.
Cheers.
But yeah, that's a good aspect to that. Yes, sir.
So, and on top of that, is
that nature? Is that nature going through where
nature from a genetic standpoint, right? Yeah, that's nature, right? So nurture was
so like dad still teaches you that, even though he's not there,
right? Because it's ingrained in them, right?
Yeah.
And then it gets transferred. Nurture is after you're born, and then I teach you something, right? That's nurture. And then I can curve your DNA one way or another. The other thing is, I do know through nutritional science, right? You can eat enough foods and they can actually express different genes in your body.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then when you reproduce after that, those genes get transferred into the next generation.
The government doesn't want you to drink milk, but milk is really good for you. 2% in particular.
There's a good one
Drink some milk. Drink your milk. You get calcium, build strong bones. You're strong in this world.
But only a certain percentage of human beings can actually drink cow's milk.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean, only a certain percentage?
Yeah, Northern Europeans. Same thing with corn.
So is that
same thing with
temperature?
Corn.
No, I'm a temperature guy. So is that related to just cold climates that had to struggle?
Yes.
Because that seems like the only that seems like maybe.
So think about this.
There's got to be a relationship there, right?
So yes. So think about this. A mother under stress cannot produce.
So why is melanin African Americans or Africans or melanin positive people, darker skinned people, Indians and such, it's not beneficial to drink milk?
No, it's not.
So that's why they hate cows? Look, cows!
In India, they're sacred,
cows.
right? India,
oh wait, no, they are sacred.
They're sacred, right?
Oh, but they're not allowed to drink the milk or nothing.
So you're getting to something, right? So that's historic. That's history, right? So
I only know a little bit. Don't quote me.
No. As you grow and you experience life, you start to kind of piece all these things together. So
yeah, I forgot about
what you're getting at with milk, right?
Sacred, yeah.
Right, yeah, it's sacred in India, right? So. But because they don't need it, they don't need the vitamin D from the milk, right? Northern Europeans need more vitamin D, so they get it from fish oil and they get it from cow's milk because they don't get it naturally through the sun.
Yeah,
your skin lightens up because it will absorb more vitamin D through sunlight.
Yeah.
When you're living near the equator, your skin darkens because it gets plenty. So it just darkens up to reflect that. I think it's a certain UV light, and it reflects that vitamin D back. So because you have enough.
I don't know.
Think about people that all of us that are light skinned, right? When we get enough vitamin D, we tan. Our skin darkens to reflect that back.
Oh yeah, 100%. That happens all the time. Yeah.
We have enough.
We burn to a crisp.
If you're Irish enough,
goddamn son of a bitch, that burns the fuck out of me. I'm telling you that.
But after you burn, what happens to your skin?
I gotta get SPF 95 when I go out.
It darkens. Your skin darkens.
Yeah, it does.
Honestly, I personally think that the suntan lotions, and not the lotions, but the suntan, what do they call those? The
suntan lotion. No, you said it right the first time.
Well, lotion indicates that you actually get darker, but like the SPF stuff.
Yeah.
SPF stuff will prevent you.
Still called suntan lotion, I believe.
Okay.
I may be wrong. I may be wrong.
Okay, but the sunblock.
Oh yeah.
Sunblock.
Oh yeah. There we go. Sunblock.
Like I said, we had a few beers before we started.
So us white guys need sunblocker.
I'm hoping this is more humorous for people. But no, we're a little slow now. But no, sunblock. I'm thinking that is actually a negative thing for a lot of people. I really think it is, because it's a chemical you're putting on top of your body. It blocks the sunlight and the UV radiation from getting into your skin, and it blocks you and it prevents you from creating the vitamin D that your body needs. Vitamin D is critical for so many different functions in your body. One of the big things is the immune system.
Well, I may be totally wrong by saying this, but I believe anything that you add that's not natural to your body is bad for you. And I am wrong, because you watch athletes and they use PEDs all the time, performance enhancing drugs, to get stronger, and they win competitions. Thus, and they live better lives, they do. And some live longer than others, and some die sooner than others. But the point is, they still use those things. So I don't know, right? Is anything unnatural to the body harmful to it? Is that the case? I think so, just because I don't want it. I don't want nothing that God didn't give me, or whoever didn't give me. I don't want to say God.
Say whatever you think.
I don't know, whatever, but
whatever you think, man. I'm not.
But guess what, dude? I will put some sunblock on, because it is better than being burned.
Sunburn hurts. It does.
There was a whole joke I was getting at, and I fucked the whole joke up, but that's where I was getting at. The whole
For all
thing.
you out there that don't get sunburned,
the whole fucking thing was.
You're lucky. To the rest of us, it hurts.
And it sucks.
When you see someone like us and we're crab red, we're in pain. We're in a lot of pain. But no, anyway.
No, only beer will cure.
Yeah, keep it. Yeah.
Is that right?
No, but
only beer will cure. That sounds like a slogan.
It's just fun anyway.
Salud.
Maybe that's some wisdom. Maybe not. Funny you say that. Salute. That's kind of, I think, the Italian way of cheers.
Yeah. Many regions all.
But when you go to like northern UK, which is basically
Sláinte,
right? So
yes.
it's when you look at the spelling of the word, it's very similar. Right? Salute versus Sláinte. Right? So, but, and I know I have some friends from UK, and if we say Sláinte, yeah, they're with us, right? So,
cheers, Sláinte. May your best friends be with you.
So, yeah, we're actually very international because we do have some friends from.
I got a lot of friends. I met friends over the internet that I'm actually like close with that I've never even met. Honestly, I'm not kidding you, man. I guess it's quite crazy.
Yeah, and the more I kind of interact on the Facebook side of things, I get people from all over the place coming back at me like, oh, this is actually kind of fun. I love constructive criticism. If you're just gonna say something stupid, I'm just gonna ignore it. But
I was on this Viking page on Facebook, and I seen this guy. He posted he made some runes, you know, and there was all these people fucking talking this shit about him, and I just stood up and was like, "What do you guys even? That's not the way. But you still should be happy for him that he's even here and doing this." And I stood up for him, and we became super close through that.
Oh, awesome.
I'm actually pretty positive that at any given moment, if I do ever go over to England, that I could just stop in and be like, "What's up, man? How's it going?" You know?
I think that's a goal sometime. Someday to be able to go over to certain areas in Europe and see some of these sites and stuff that, like Celtic Ireland. There's an amazing place on the northern shores of Ireland versus
the KGB. Oh, no? Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you're talking about Russia. No, I'm talking about northern shores of Ireland versus
KGB,
Scotland, right?
Wasn't it? I thought KGB was like.
That's a Russian. When you say KGB to me, that sounds like Russian version of CIA. I mean,
yeah, this way it is.
Anyway, no, this is Northern Ireland and Scotland. Their Celtic roots.
Belfast and all that stuff. That's Northern Ireland, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But on northern shores of Ireland, there's these hexagonal shapes along the shore, and there's an old Celtic story about two giants that fought each other.
Yeah.
And it's really cool.
I remember this one.
Yeah,
we talked about this one.
I've got the book, and it's one of the things I tell to my daughter. And the two giants, and it's not about strength or anything else. It's about wit, and the one who wins is actually the wife of the Irish guy. So it's Finn McCool versus Ben and Donner on Scotland's side, right? So Finn McCool is this Irish giant. He goes and he hears this fucking Scot.
I mean, what a fucking awesome name.
Yeah,
his name is Finn McCool.
Right. So he across the waterway hears this fucking Scottish giant just making a bunch of noise. He's like, I can't stand this guy. I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna kick his ass. So he takes all these fucking posts and he's
the Scottish guy.
Yeah.
The Scottish giant in a kilt.
The Scottish giant's pissing him off.
Kick this guy's ass.
So he starts throwing all these posts in the ground into the water, and he starts making a bridge all the way over there. But he gets really close and he goes, "Holy shit, this guy's fucking bigger, way bigger than I am." So then he turns tail and runs back home, and he tells his wife, he's like, "I picked a fight with a way bigger dude." And he's a giant.
I'm in a little bit of trouble, babe.
And she's like, "Don't worry." So she puts.
Show him your tits. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but she says, "Don't worry." She puts some stuff in his beer, and he goes to sleep. She dresses him up like a giant baby, and she kind of like puts him in bed and dresses him up. And this fucking Scottish giant comes over. He comes across that bridge.
Why does the Scottish guy have to be bigger?
He's bigger.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I mean, us Irish guys are short, but if we got a giant head,
I'm just telling you how the story goes, right?
A little bit,
So Ben and Donner.
It's okay to fib when a little bit.
So Ben and Donner comes back across the bridge, and he comes into the house and he bangs on the door and he's like, "Where's Finn McCool? He wants to challenge me to a fight." And like, And the wife says, "Come on in."
That's formidable.
Come on in, sit down, have some bread. And she makes the bread. She makes the bread. She puts some fucking iron in the bread, right? And
dirty girl.
And she fucking feeds him this bread, right? And he eats the bread. And he fucking breaks a tooth on the bread. And like what's going on with this bread? And she's like, my husband eats that all the time, man. And he's like, that's
picked up a piece of bread and it weighed 7.5 pounds, but you know what? I've never thought about it.
He eats that stuff all the time. Never broke a tooth, you know.
Being a giant, though, you probably wouldn't, honestly.
So, and then all of a sudden, you know, Finn McCool starts to wake a little bit, and he's like stirring. He's like, "What's going on over in that room?" He's like, "Oh, that's Finn McCool's son. That's my son."
Forget about him. He just.
And it's like he looks over. He goes, "That's his son." Fucking giant.
Why is he so fucking big? Yeah.
Because that's his son. Yeah, so don't worry.
Common sense still exists.
And the wife says, "Don't worry, he'll be back soon," right? And Ben and daughter starts to get worried, like, well, that's his fucking son. How big is this guy, right? And he gets.
Oh, and that was the game of wits.
Right.
Yes.
So the wife is actually outwitting Ben and Donna, right? Yes. So he's like, oh shit, like if that's his son, how big is this guy, right? So she outwits him, and he ends up running home, like. And as he runs home,
bite the bread. The bread was too strong.
And
it all plays together.
Yeah. So as he runs home, he fucking takes his club and he breaks the bridge.
I've eaten some stale bread.
He breaks the bridge behind him. Like, I don't want this fucker following me. He breaks the bridge, right? So he gets back to Scotland, and he's like, fine. And this guy's never coming back to meet me, right?
Thank God.
Finn McCool wakes up like, motherfucker, I want to fight this fucker, right? Yeah, I don't care if he's bigger than me. So he goes and grabs this giant plot of land and fucking throws it across the way at him.
Yeah, that's the story I know.
He misses, and it lands in the water, and it becomes the Isle
of Skye.
Yeah.
Is it?
I want to say Isle of Skye, Isle of Man.
Because they make a lot of.
I might be getting it wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Isle of Skye or Isle of Man, one of those two.
Something like that, yeah.
And there's a matching shape of water inside of Ireland that matches that. So it looks as if this guy just grabbed this fucking chunk of land and threw it, and it landed in the waterway.
No, that definitely happened. That's definitely what happened.
So it just looks that way. Like, holy crap, man! Like
something moved.
These two giants had a fucking duel. But it was the wife. It was the wife that outwitted them all, right? And it was Finn McCool's wife, right?
You gotta love a good woman.
Yeah.
You just got to.
So, yeah, they always say behind every good man is a great woman, right? So, I mean, and once again, you understand the roles, right? Men we're the strong ones. We're gonna protect the outer rimmer. Outer rim, right?
No, I like how you said it before, the rimmer. I like a rimmer. I like a good rimmer every now and then, you know?
All right. Look, I probably should have started one beer earlier, but anyway. So beer, protect the outer rim,
beers,
right?
3 beers, 4 beers.
Just one. One would be fine. But
Stone Cold Steve Austin. I should have drank more.
But women protect that inner circle, right? And they're just much better at it. But
that's the nurture.
There's different roles
because they care. They protect.
But both are a layer of protection, and they both have equal importance.
Yeah.
Right. So, but when the two work together, there's nothing you can't win.
Oh no, the universe loses.
Right. But when you don't have both, you're always going to lose.
Yeah, that's why it's so connected, dude. It is what that is, man. Any good woman makes you so much more powerful, no matter their function, no matter their job, no matter anything. As long as they're good to you and love you and fucking nurture, you can come home from work, you can bust your ass all day long, and you just have that little bit of peace. That is a blessing not given to many.
Not especially in this day and age,
just
right?
Not given to fucking many.
Yeah, I mean, that combination, it's like a 1-2 punch, right? I mean, if you have one move, someone could figure that out and get right.
What do you ever figure?
If you got a 1-2 punch.
Yeah. You look at all these cool like podcasts going on nowadays and stuff, and it's all people talking to women, and they are all saying, all these women are saying, like, I do not want to be independent anymore. Like, it's a fucked up thing. Like, I want a man to do his thing, and I want to take care of him. That's how, because at the bottom end of things, everybody can try anything, and that's not bad. Try different things. I agree with adventure. I agree with trying other things. But there's a reason why things work the way they work. And there's a reason why it's so much better than the other way.
Evolutionary biology, right? That's a
every person's open to.
I think it was a good segue, and I gotta hit the head, but be right back. And
hey, you know that's illegal, right?
What?
Holding on to a little boy's dick.
I ain't doing that.
When you go take a piss.
I think by now, some of you probably wonder why. Good old St. Pauli girl over there. It's not lighting up. Well, she's an old German girl. She's very hard to turn on. Cheers. Stubborn German women.
Maybe so. We only drank one beer on camera here. This is fucked up.
That's it, man. That's all we've had tonight, man.
Is it?
We're lightweights.
Not even a full beer, just a half a beer. That's all.
So life is all about balance. And when you can balance things perfectly,
why?
Everything comes in.
Because what I remember is chaos for the fly is normal to the spider. So what is the balance there? Yes. No.
You're coming from a different aspect of wisdom.
Oh, see, the young bull or the young calf teaches the old bull, something like that.
Maybe.
Maybe the what's that? Maybe she wants to.
Your horn is small, young bull.
My horns are.
I got a big fucking rack.
I only got a few gray hairs, not as many.
God damn it. Oh man!
But yes, right though, right? Maybe chaos for the fly is normal for the spider.
Honestly, there's always something to learn from everybody, and that's the one value I give to every human being out there. Is there's always something to learn from that person, whether they're a total dumbass.
Oh, 100%. And
maybe you're learning what not to do from them.
Well, I told you, I just got to meet my mom. Hang out with mom. I ain't seen her in 2 years, and fucking that shit happened. Oh my god. You were supposed to be our friend. Why are you saying crazy shit? Nothing bad happened. Don't get me wrong here, but we know some wild people that just are out of control. It was balance, no balance. Honestly, let's edit that part out. That was like, I don't want to bring her out tonight.
No, I mean, but we were at the bistro earlier, and there was some card tricks and stuff going around, and I showed an engineering trick. And what that was, it's a bar trick. So I have 2 or 3 cups, and I have 3 knives, and I can actually interlace the knives. I can balance.
Oh yeah, when I came back inside,
I set a cup on top and actually remove one, so I have 2 cups, 3 knives interlocked, and balancing a third one on top. Maybe if I have a photo of it.
Chaos came around, and what did chaos do?
Chaos knocked it loose.
Just let me ask this one thing right here. Listen up, folks. This is important. Chaos came around, and he moved the beer, and it still was balanced.
However, what that demonstrates is there is something that you can know that someone else cannot know, right? And I use that very same trick to prove to engineers that are at PhD level. These guys are like...
Fuck them engineers, man. These cocksuckers think they're so smart, and look what they develop. It's the terrible shit in the world. Because they give a college degree to any fucking kid nowadays. It's terrible.
Slow down.
No, dude, come on. I work on all this shit. I work on all this shit every day. It's terrible, these engineers.
So, education tends to breed an ego, and it breeds a high ego in the sense that I'm very educated in the subject and I know everything about everything, but it's not true. They know a lot about one subject, and when you go left to the right of that subject, their education drops off and their experience drops off to the point where they're no different than everybody else. So I came into a scenario where I broke up a team of a technician and an engineer, and people are like, oh man, this engineer, he's really hard to impress. I mean, you really have to know your shit to impress this engineer. I'm like, okay. So what I started doing, I started doing some bar tricks that I learned from like mind game, or I'm sorry, bar rescue, and shit, I'm thinking
just some fun ones.
Yeah, just some fun bar tricks that you learn from different things, like and some
I have so much shit I want to say that I like am trying to hold on to it, but then there's you keep bringing up so many more things.
Right, but you witnessed tonight. You witnessed tonight one of the tricks I did. So I had like 3 knives.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And 3 bottles, and I made everything balanced to the point where you got two cups.
I think that's why it works so well together, because you are all about balance.
Right. So and exactly. And it came to the point where I know that engineers are just attracted to weird things, and they just have to get in there and
figure it out.
And as soon as they touch it, it all falls apart. I'm like, aha! And I fuck with them at that point. I was like, listen, put that shit back together, and they can't. So and immediately they realize that this guy knows something I don't.
No, there should be a law.
So therefore, I should not have this air of superiority over this person because they know something I don't.
That's what I was going to say.
I tricked them. Right? I tricked them just.
But to prevent that, how do you prevent that from happening? Because that's our legal system.
That's exactly what it is.
That's our legal system. That's our judicial system. That's our educational system. That's everything. And so there's a lot to actually be spoken about this right here. Because if engineers had to actually work in the field for, let's say, 5 years before they become an engineer on that field, then everything will be developed much differently. And even so, prime examples are when they redid I-75 and they used the winter mix in summer and concrete, and we struggled an entire 5 fucking years for I-75 to be done, and they just had to redo it. Tear it up again and redo it. Like, why? How stupid are you as an engineer that you can make such a simple mistake?
For anyone that does not live in Michigan, just know that
I-75 travels all the way to Florida.
Yeah, from the UP of Michigan to all the way down to Florida. It's one of the longest highways in the U.S. However, it's terrible in this state, and we spend the most money on this highway
strictly because of civil engineers, because you can give this little kid that knows how to read a book a degree that's never touched a screwdriver in his life. Okay, he's never had to work in his fucking life, and then he gets a degree, and now he's in control of how things operate, and this is what we get. And who has to pay for it? Taxpayers. We have to pay for it. And that is fucked up. They should have had to pay for that mistake. He should have, not us. You know, it's terrible.
So that's education versus experience, and that's similar to what we're up to, right?
You want the hot lady, and I'll take the skeleton.
I would take the blonde, Keweenaw Peninsula.
I will take the...
If you like IPAs, I think that is...
I hate fucking IPAs. I think anybody who drinks an IPA is just a nerd. No.
That is a vanilla porter. That is actually a completely different beer. Yeah. It's
oh yeah, we're gonna take this one.
So it's got a bourbon flavor, but it's got vanilla.
I'm pretty convinced anybody who drinks IPA is just a weirdo that is trying to impress women and with disgusting shit.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
Oh,
they're pretentious beer drinking assholes.
No, Danny said this is nasty as shit.
Yes, I totally agree.
You just want to look cool.
Hey, any IPA drinkers out there, come here and debate us. Well, I got a nice table here. You can sit on one side, and the rest of us sit on the other side. We'll talk your asses out of this. IPA drinkers are fucking idiots.
It's crazy. It's crazy how bad it tastes. And
I like blondes.
Like, this is good.
Blondes, reds, brunettes. I mean, whoever. I mean, Yeah.
Well, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Can't argue there.
I don't discriminate.
But yeah, to get back on the engineer thing, this is like a problem that needs to be solved. And how do you solve that? Because you can't, because the government pushes you to get a student loan. Because, like, you know, what is the statistics? I don't really know, so I don't want to say false numbers here. But I know it's quite high that people fail. They drop out and they still owe the money. And then the ones that do graduate fail to accomplish their goals and get a job. And so it's a select few that actually make something out of it. So the government wins time and time again on stealing your money when it easily could be paid for by the citizens that would rather have my tax money going to somebody who wants to have a good education even though they might fail versus somebody who is just retarded and fucks our roads up and then we got to pay for that anyways. You know what I mean? Like, where's the waste of money? Like, think about how much money is wasted and where it goes. And it's like, I'd rather try to benefit the people than, even if it's a failure, it still benefits us. I feel, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know the science behind it.
What it does, it benefits the businesses that are affiliated with making the roads, right? So
yeah. Some fucking George Soros, Rothschild shit. You know?
Oh, we're getting deeper conspiracies. So
conspiracy.
Our 21st podcast got very deep into some of those conspiracies, and
who was there? Who was here for it?
Myself, Dan, and Chad. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we got really deep into some of those conspiracies.
Chad's fairly knowledgeable about that.
He is, and he's very well read in that kind of stuff, which is.
But also,
awesome. However, I will say
written by the victors of war.
Exactly.
So, is it true just because you read it?
Right.
There's a fine line there.
And I will agree with you there. And there are some flaws to people that read deep into those conspiracies. However, nothing that we said amongst three guys drinking beers. We're just three guys drinking beers and talking, right?
Yeah.
Nothing that we said has not been said by others on YouTube, and that stuff goes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we get blocked. And we're not even...
What, they blocked it?
Yeah, we're not even monetized.
Come on.
So that's why I said, okay, I'm going to go to Rumble, I'm going to go to some other
Yeah, but
platforms.
obviously there's something there if they're going to block it. Like, what the fuck is us anyways? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
what the hell is this anyways? We're just having fun
If
talking.
I'm advertised and there's money coming to me,
yeah, but it's about a minute
there's something
things.
there. However...
We're just still talking, having fun.
But we're on a freaking platform that's basically a public square now.
I was going to say Jewish. No, I'm just kidding. We're canceled. Yeah, just kidding.
Don't, please.
No. Edit that one out.
If it doesn't make YouTube, I'll just go to Rumble. No big deal. So, hey, YouTube, liven up, goddammit. Come on, lighten up.
No, ease it up a little.
Seriously, you're a public square now, so we should be able to say whatever we want to say.
Speaking of that,
we're just a couple dudes drinking beer, man.
Did you see the Elon Musk and Don Lemon interview?
I did see a little bit of that.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And honestly,
that asshole was trying to press him. And he was like,
I am not a fan of Don Lemon at all. He actually kind of fucking shook it up a little bit and caused Elon to really think of creative answers to throw back. I mean, Elon destroyed him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's because it's black and white. There is no gray area there. Dude, you want censorship? Look what it cost. Mm. Look what it's done throughout history. And then you want to bring up history and say that shit, and then look at this, you know?
Yeah.
Did you watch the whole thing when they talk about the DEIs? I know, that's why I was thinking that. The medical field and stuff.
Yeah, I saw that part.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
He's like, do you really want a DEI guy, or do you want the guy who's best suited to the job, right?
Well, it's funny because most people don't know this, but the second cause of death in America is medical error malpractice. It is second next to smoking.
I've heard you say this in the past.
It's terrible.
I kind of wondered about it, but it's like the more I think about it,
so I thought about that. If Don Lemon says most of the doctors now I haven't studied this.
He said talking about his ass.
He said most of the doctors are Asian and Indian now.
No, he said most doctors are white.
Oh, he did? Oh, I thought he said most doctors are Asian. Most doctors are.
I'm like, last couple times I've been to the doctor's office, I had not seen a white doctor. What the fuck is that asshole talking about?
Yeah, I know.
So Yeah. So he's just trying to throw shit out that's inflammatory to Elon to try to get
or to trigger something.
To try to provoke a response.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, listen. This guy is probably the most profound thinker of our time, our lifetime. He's doing the most good for our world in our lifetime. And you're trying to fucking derail him.
This one
You're
a little bit. I love this man very much, but I still like to poke at it because it's fun.
It's fine. You know what? We're all entitled to our opinions. We really are. But if you're trying to take the guy who's actually trying to do the most good for this world, and he aligns best with your fucking belief system, and you still try to tear him apart because he's rich, and that does not align with your belief system.
I think he's too advanced, really. I think he's too advanced for us.
That's why
his ideas are so great and formidable and real and solid. Like, we do need those things, but there is so many other things that we need before that. You know, like you have the money to literally change the economics of America, and we can all live free and happy.
He's actually doing it.
But
so there's so many forces that are fighting.
Going to Mars is not going to benefit anybody that's in our neighborhood. It's not going to benefit anybody.
You'd be surprised.
You know, it's not going to benefit the homeless veterans. It's not going to benefit anybody. So it's like, how can we not? I don't know. You know what I mean? Not that I'm a fucking philanthropist or anything like that, but it's just, I feel like why not buy all the land from all the Asians that's buying land in America right now, okay, and fucking grow food and say no GMOs, no nothing, you know, kind of like Putin does right now. You know, not saying that I agree with him by any means, but I kind of do on this point where he gave land to his people. When's the last time you would ever see our president just give people land? When there's plenty of land to give. You know, no, you have to pay for it, or you just have to. You have to pay for it. So they say, what the fuck?
No.
Give us some land so we can grow good food.
American land, then we can just take it, right?
And then Bill Gates buying all the land. It's like crazy conspiracy shit. Not to get into here, but I guess I did go there.
So my vehicle is a Ford Lincoln vehicle, and on the console it says powered by Microsoft. And every time my phone does not fucking connect properly,
Bill Gates get 10 cents.
No, I did today. I'm like, fuck you, Bill Gates. Like, you fucking asshole. Fuck off, Bill Gates.
Fucking nerd.
Ugh. It's just a fucking simple phone call. Anything else can do this shit. But Microsoft shit cannot. Fuck off, Bill Gates.
It's terrible.
Sorry.
Even in my truck, every time I just call somebody and I like call them, then it like automatically connects to my Bluetooth, and I'm like, God damn it, fucking gonna change it. I'm just trying to call somebody.
If you're driving down the road and that shit does not work, fuck off, because that shit should work every fucking time. Hands down. Ugh.
Yep. Yeah. None of us are perfect, not even Bill Gates or any of them.
Oh, fuck that asshole.
You know, no, well, he's an evil. I mean, those are the evils of the world, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe we're all wrong, and he's actually really cool.
No.
You're right, no. I just want to see what you
just look at him. Come on, no.
I know. Never trust a man in glasses. Just kidding. I thought he was wearing
I keep them on my head, man. I don't need them all the time, but no. Yeah.
No, but yeah, that's a rough one.
Dude, it's like you've made your money. You've done what you can for the world.
But once again, no, he's still not benefiting America or mankind by any means. Because you could build farms and have no GMO, and they're like, well, we feed them these to plump up the chickens, because a little normally raised chicken is so tiny that it only feeds one family and whatnot. So we need.
All right. So that is right there. Stop right there. So that is a great example of asking someone who's of engineering level.
But there is a magnitude of free land.
No.
Why is it limited?
How do I solve this problem? How do I make more food for people? Right. So
you raise more chickens.
Right. how do you raise more chickens or raise more meat on chickens, right? So that's what they do. They just answer that question, and they do that.
Yeah.
They pump.
Why is the question? How to make them bigger?
I'm going somewhere with this, right?
Okay.
So they pump the chickens full of steroids. Chickens grow bigger, fatter, more muscular, so there's more meat, right? So, and then
autism gets spiked from 1 in 25 to 1 in 1,000 to 1 in 25.
That's a big jump. However, so and it's the same thing with chickens or beef cows or whatever. So they pump more steroids into them. They mature faster. They grow faster. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I think
production and money.
I think back to
all it is
when I was a sophomore in high school. I was one of the few kids that would shave. So it wasn't until you're like a junior, senior that these kids were shaving, right?
Yeah.
That says a lot about your growth, where you're at, where your testosterone
levels. You ate a lot of chickens.
Right, yeah. So chickens, a lot of fucking steak.
You got a lot of hormones in you, huh?
No, so you are what you eat, right? So,
yeah.
So those foods you eat and things that are injected in those foods transfer into you.
100% they do.
And it does. And we know this.
Yes.
We know this. So
it must be clinically, I don't want to say retarded, but it got to be clinically retarded to think that it doesn't. I mean, of course, whatever you eat is going in your body and producing whatever,
What's something just turned off?
Yeah, put them glasses on.
Just turned off. Is that recording or not?
Yeah, I see a little red dot blinking at the bottom. You got your glasses on, you can't see it?
No, my eyes are bad.
Throw them glasses away.
Yeah, they're bad. Anyway, so
I'll get you some better glasses.
This one's going, I can tell that. Anyway, so here's the thing. Watching your kids grow is an amazing thing. But when your daughter hits puberty at a very early age,
stress occurs.
No. Stress for me. Right?
Yeah.
That's why this shit is white, right? No, but it's like, how did that happen? Right? How did that happen? So I started thinking, like, my kid was in a big phase of like eating steak and salmon and all kinds of stuff. Like, all right, so I'm like, trust steak's expensive, salmon's expensive, right? But she's eating a lot of steak from going places like Texas Roadhouse.
There's a connection there.
Big chain stores, right? So
yeah.
Big chain stores tend to have a big demand in terms of where they get their meat from, right? So if they're getting their meat from like places that they're injecting their meat with like steroids and stuff, so to get them to grow faster.
Yeah.
If my kid's eating that stuff and my kid matures earlier than normal, what does that tell you? The things that she's eating that are pumped full of these steroids to get these cows and stuff to beef up early is transferring into the next to the people that are consuming that, right?
Yeah.
So she's hitting puberty early at 10 fucking years old. My daughter.
No way. Yes. Oh my gosh. That's wild.
So yeah.
Because like,
what is that?
What was that? It's growth hormone, right? Kids or right
it's growth hormone. So that's way early for a kid, for a girl, right? Even like 12 to 13 is kind of like where they usually hit puberty. But it's like this stuff is out there.
Do you think there's a meaning behind that? Why they would want women to mature earlier?
I don't think it's that far out. I think they're just trying to get the meat to grow. I think they're just
it's for sure money grab.
It's got profiteering.
How much money can we make
of steak? That's all it is.
Yeah.
But it has an effect that's hitting the generation that eating it earlier, right? So my kids are eating this stuff and they're fucking growing up quick. Like I said, like my generation, I was one of the few kids to shave as a junior in high school. My daughter's telling me like there's fucking 7th and 8th graders that are fucking.
I'm trying to create a joke about that, but I just couldn't.
Well,
I was working so hard.
I'm serious. I appreciate it, but no. Think about it though. Like,
God, kids being a beard when they're
like boys in junior high are shaving. Boys in junior high are shaving their face. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, 16, 17.
It's happening earlier and earlier.
That's rough.
Right. So it's happening earlier and earlier. So it's like, what the hell is going on? So is it what we're eating that's causing us to grow faster? I think it is. I mean, because when I understand nutrition from the level I've grown up knowing nutrition, you are what you eat. But when you're introducing like steroids, which are hormones, which make your body change quicker or change to what it is,
have some kind of reaction.
Yeah,
most certainly will.
So when it's happening earlier in life.
Oh, here there is some good studies there.
It
did
something again.
Yeah, it's too low on battery, or is it plugged into the wall?
It's plugged in, so it shouldn't be low on battery. Should I do this again?
There's a huge connection there, actually, because there was a doctor that visited uncultured tribes, inspected their teeth, their jaw lines, how they ate. And what's funny is they never brushed their teeth, but they had perfect freaking teeth. Never had to get their wisdom teeth removed, but they never ate GMO food. They never ate processed foods. You know, and it's from my understanding, red 40, yellow 5, yellow 6, all these dyes is extremely fucking terrible and causing a high spike in autism and everything in our children.
What's going on with that?
Because the government doesn't want us to fucking see us.
Old school camera's still going, so maybe we should pay attention to this one. Well, I mean, maybe we should wrap it up soon, but no, I mean, you are what you eat has always been a thing for me, and it's like I really think that's true, because whatever you eat goes into your body and builds your body back up. So your cells replace themselves like every 7 years. So every 7 years you are 100% a different human being than you were 7 years ago.
So how did they measure that? Okay, that's my question.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, see, I think it's quite impossible.
See, you asked me a question. I don't know.
People make all these things up because I gotta, I just really want to get this one out here. I hate doctors. Doctors are fucking stupid as shit. They most certainly are. I know a few doctors, and you know what they do before they go into their patients? They literally Google symptoms, and they go and you know what they say? They go, well, we'll give you this, and then we'll monitor you. And we'll fucking monitor you, and we'll see how you go. And it's like, motherfucker, and that's why the second most cause of fucking death is medical error malpractice. Because everything is malpractice, everything is medical error. Because doctors don't know shit. They get paid an exuberant amount of money because hospitals.
Alright, here we are. I guess we gotta wrap it up because both my SD cards and both cameras are
technical difficulties.
Yeah. This was kind of like a very impromptu podcast, and I'm so glad you were able to make it, man. And
oh yes,
yeah, and
yes, here we are.
So yeah, it's a good time, man.
You know that. First time I drink only one beer on a podcast, so
no shit.
Not because I'm already drunk.
So yeah, we got to wrap this up. So it's like, where do we go with this? Like, nature versus nurture has kind of been the big overtone of this podcast. Very impromptu. I love this kind of stuff. This is what I want. The kind of conversations that we have, the kind of stuff I want to leave behind for future generations. It's like, we've been thinking about this stuff.
We wrote this shit on fucking hieroglyphs long ago.
Our digital hieroglyphs, right?
Never got it. Humans never got it.
This is for future generations to listen to and take this further, right? Like, we're thinking about this stuff now, and as much as we can transfer to you guys and push it forward, think about this stuff, man. Like, we're trying to hash it out now, and I guarantee it's not gonna be any different for you guys. So
work hard, love all. Nature versus nurture. Women are not women.
Hell no. I mean, men are men, women are women. We're equals and opposites in many ways, and you got to respect each
Oh,
other.
that actually was the original thing we started on was equality, kind of. I don't know how we got there, but women have their roles, men have their roles, and everybody's equal anyways. But somehow society
we're always stronger together than we are separately, right?
You're not as strong as a man, so you're not equal.
Yeah, that's
it was
not
like,
true.
Whoa, dude, these women do so much fucking work around.
They do so much more. Women do so many things that we can't, right? And then we do some things that women can't. So, but it balances out. It's balance, right? And that was kind of a theme earlier today. I was showing you guys how to balance some shit.
Yep.
And I did some weird shit that freaks some people out. Like, maybe I'll try to show that to some people sometime. I've used that to kind of fool high-level engineers and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Well,
there's high-level engineers? I didn't know they existed.
They're called PhDs. But you know what? They're only smart in one subject.
I didn't know they existed.
I feel like I'm someone of general intelligence.
Yeah.
So I have intelligence in a lot of different things. PhDs are like really high in one thing. However, they tend to have an arrogance. And that arrogance is like...
Still got to call AAA.
I'm
change the tire.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't know what you do with this jack.
I can't do this. I can't be bothered with this. I'm too smart. Fuck off, asshole.
I know.
But no, I mean, it takes a little bit of everything to run the world. And it takes a collaboration of all types of intelligence to make things work. And don't take for granted the blue collar workers out there. And Johnny Pat and I, we are definitely blue collar workers, right? And don't take us for granted, because quite honestly, you're not going to get anywhere without us.
Not only that, nobody can love a woman better or talk to somebody or solve problems or actually be there, But that's another whole podcast to go on.
Yeah. And for God's sakes, make this man a sandwich. That'll make the whole world We gotta keep going back to that one. That's been probably one of our biggest sticking points.
I mean, all it is ham and fucking lettuce and tomato and mayo. Yes, I like mayo on my sandwich.
Wow.
Sue me.
I'm not a mayo guy. I really am not. But
you look like mayo.
No.
Your beard does.
Oh, fuck off, asshole.
Chimichanga.
Hey, maximum effort.
Maximum effort.
Tip your servers well. And good day from Pub Wisdom.
Ouch.
That's got to be in there.